Hey, it's Mohammed with Product Feedback, bringing you a full review of the Apple iPad mini. Unfortunately, the iPad mini's greatest asset is also its greatest weakness. So make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up for a true, honest review. I'm also giving one of these iPad minis away, so subscribe and visit the channel for entry details. Apple introduced the new iPad mini to address the demand for a small form factor. 7.9 inch is the size Apple has decided is that perfect form factor. The biggest advantage of this choice is that all the previous 250,000 iPad apps designed for the larger display iPad work seamlessly on this device, which is a huge plus for consumers. The downside, however, is the resolution of the screen. As soon as I started using the device, I felt like I've downgraded. It's like going from an iPhone 4 to an iPhone 3GS. The resolution isn't terrible, but it just doesn't seem right. Not only that, but the glass used on the front doesn't have the same feel as the iPad Retina. It feels more of a plastic or even fake feeling when in use. Now don't get me wrong, if you never owned a Retina display device you won't notice this, but if you have, it's a definite deal breaker. A device in this size is apparently designed for one-handed use, but the reality is it isn't. I have reasonably sized hands and I found it very uncomfortable to hold. Even when using it in landscape or portrait, I kept finding it difficult to place my thumb out of the way. Also, it felt lopsided in either orientation, and I ain't weak. I do weights. The iPad mini introduced new stereo speakers on the device and is a noticeable improvement over the third generation Retina iPad, a significant plus. The bottom also features the new Lightning port. It's not a standard micro USB found on other devices, but come on, it's Apple, what did you expect? The design is also really appealing. The back of the device comes in these beautiful matte silver and black options. I actually did a comparison video between the two colors if you are having trouble deciding. I will have a link in the description. It also features a 1080p capable rear camera that also performs decently enough. You can see by these sample images I have taken. The front houses that 7.9 inch display with the home button. However, even the home button doesn't have that same solid click as the Retina iPad. It also houses a decent front-facing camera for Skype or FaceTime, which shoots at 720p. I did complain in my 3rd gen Retina iPad review that this was a letdown, and Apple has addressed this issue, so thank you for that. The right side has the orientation lock and volume rockers, which are well designed. The top has a headphone jack, microphone and sleep wake button. Performance-wise, the iPad mini does well. It compares equally to the 3rd generation iPad Retina with similar Geekbench scores. All apps and multitasking worked fast enough without any consistent noticeable lag during my use. A full day in use and the battery life was down to 15%, so it's got decent life in it. Steve Jobs has been quoted saying that the iPad mini is a bad idea. I tend to agree and disagree. I think the implementation of the current iPad mini is poor, and given time it will improve. When I purchased this mini, I had the expectation to finally put aside my heavy Retina display iPad and have something more compact and lightweight without sacrificing usability. The truth is the iPad mini did not fit that criteria, and I will be switching back to the larger Retina display. My honest opinion is also based around the $369 Australian dollar pricing of this device. It is inevitable that Apple will introduce the Retina display mini as an upgrade sometime next year. My advice is to hang on and wait for that one to arrive. This has been Mohammed with Product Feedback. Make sure to check out my other related videos about the iPad mini, and peace be with you.